If you guys are tuned in right now, y'all could do us a huge favor just by sharing the live. We're gonna go ahead and get this party started. So thank y'all for being here. It's about that time. You're rocking with your boy Damo Unleash and Sky Black on the Nashville Caveman Podcast. Stay tuned.
Hey, what you got in that bag? Just know that I'm up. Just know that I'm up. I gotta turn up this function like I'm in the Lotus and punch it. All I'm gonna ask is stay in your lane and you won't be food for my luncheon. I'm coming up out of the dungeon, cooking up plans to make something from nothing. And since I secured the bag, it's time to do math, so I'ma keep hustling. I thought I had lost my way or something. I am not feeling what they say is busting. They keep us trapping this way, disgusting. If you so happen to catch me flexing, I could be killing the stress for days for learning how to install some chromic crystals on the Escalade. Matching the arm that's on my sternum. I am for the sake of the people. Grabbing my Glock and pray to the Lord, cause not everybody tryna be peaceful. I still hope we set the stage for showing them how it's supposed to be, so those that's close to me won't have to ask, hey, what you got in that bag? Hey, just know that I'm up. Just know that I'm up. Hey, what you got in that bag? Just know that I'm up. Just know that I'm up. Hey, what you got in that bag? Let me explain what I'm talking about. Had a joint called down about it. Letting these loud mouths know how to move without sound. Best if we don't even shout out. Midwest, east, west, down south, till we get even or even above. Till then we gon' opt out. Let's go and educate on the backside. Folk that I act right and they won't backslide. Just put it together no matter the weather, my brother. So hey, if you dealing with vices in you and it's cutting you up like against you, put it on chill for real, or they gon' just use it against you. What you got in that bag? Quiet water.
All right, man. We are back, man. Welcome to the Nashville Caveman Podcast. I'm your one half of your host, Damo Unleash. I want to take this time to thank everybody that's watching us from Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and Bigo. So thank you guys for all being here, man. Glad to be here another Tuesday. Man, it seemed like the month flew by really quick. But we're going to go ahead and get into a lot of good topics. These football games, man, got to repeat. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, though, let me go ahead and roll out the red carpet for this is a guy like a brother. Roll out the red carpet for him, and the floor is yours.
So first of all, let's say shouts out to Miranda G. She's watching. She just commented hello to you. For those who don't know me, I'm Sky Black. I'm a pro wrestler and a music publisher. So, you know, last Saturday I was in Corning, Arkansas, wrestling for Inhumane Championship Wrestling. Shouts out to them. This Saturday coming up, Top Rope Wrestling in Lebanon, Tennessee. You know, shouts out to them. So if you're in the Lebanon, Tennessee, Gladeville, Mount Juliet, Wilson County area, it is 945 West Padua Parkway at the Wilson County Fairgrounds. Go watch it. For those of you again who has music and you need for me to play it on my radio show will be tonight, the D Bling Radio Show on the Off Top Radio Network. It's offtopradio.com. That is offtopradio.com. Send me your music at sky.black@gmail.com. That is sky.black@gmail.com, and let's get it rocking and rolling. And then after that, you hand over your music videos and your interviews to Mr. Damo here so we can get ready for the 2025 Soul Driven Artist of the Year, Damo.
Yes, what's up, man? Both artists got their trophies.
Oh, great.
Both artists were paid. I hate this, though. Let me tell y'all something, because I was really upset. I packed. Shout out to Shar Christine, okay? She's the female Soul Driven Artist of the Year, and I can pack her trophy really well. But I'm going to tell y'all, man, if y'all ship y'all stuff by UPS, FedEx, DHL, right? Mm-hmm. Make sure y'all put fragile. If it is capable of breaking in any way, put fragile on there. Even if you think you can pack it really well, if it's breakable, put fragile. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you, the way that they treat y'all mail, I know, because I worked in UPS. I worked in one of them hot trucks. Man, the way we treat y'all mail is just horrible. And so her trophy came, it was broke. So I hate that for her, but she got it together. She said she's going to go ahead and post pictures. But, man.
Yeah, I hate that. too. And not only do you do that, make sure that you get insurance on it. If it's fragile, broken, get insurance. That way that her trophy would have gotten fixed through your insurance. And also, if it's important, make sure you have the signature required, too. Because you don't want to just lay the package on the ground and somebody, porch pirates come and steal it. You want to make sure that she or somebody in that household signed for that trophy to make sure that it got there. So those are just the other two things I would have added.
Yeah. So, you kind of live and learn, but shout out to both of them. These football games, man.
Where Kansas City's just making it look just like, every team the following year is harder and harder because you don't have that much money. You're last in drafting every round. Most of your players leave because they got Super Bowl rings now, so they go to other teams to get the money. It's like Andy Reid is like that old Bill Belichick, just plug and play. It ain't even about the players, it's about the system, right? So it's just an X. You take that one out, put another one in. Take that one out, put another one in. And they're making it look, what's up, Mr. Levi? And they just making it seem like a well-oiled machine.
Yep. It looked like they're going to three-peat. I think they will be the first team in history.
Never do it,
to accomplish such a feat.
The Super Bowl era, Because prior to that, when it was just the NFL, not the AFL, but just the NFL, because the AFL didn't come to the 1960s. But when it was just the NFL, it was a couple of teams that did win like 3 in a row. It could have been the Green Bay Packers or the Bears. Somebody won 3 in a row in the old 20s and 30s NFL. But in the Super Bowl era, nobody's ever done it.
Right. And I think it was easier for them teams back then to 3-4-peat even because they only had 9 teams in the league. Yeah.
That was it.
League. I mean, it was much easier back then.
They didn't play that many games or nothing, right?
You played the same people over and over. How could you not know they tendency?
Absolutely.
So,
Mr. Levi, shouts out to you, man. Hey, I've been watching your videos, Levi. Do you have any new music, or those artists that you be with? Do they have any new music, man? Send it to us. And I'm glad that you're watching this because Mr. Damo over here, he does interviews, man. If you're still doing your music up in Chicago, get at this man right here so he can interview you and probably put you in the thing for the 2025 Soul Driven Artist of the Year, Levi. But go ahead, Damo.
And Levi, with that comes $1,000 to the winner, and also a trophy that's a megaphone. But the megaphone or the microphone is a real microphone. Mm-hmm. Meaning you can plug it up and record off of this microphone trophy. It is wild. So that's what's at stake, man.
Absolutely. But yeah, so Kansas City, shout out to them. You know me, I am a fan of greatness. And I like to see, just like I'm mad Saquon Barkley didn't beat Eric Dickerson's record, but hey, that's here nor there. I want to see Mahomes see in my lifetime somebody do that. But he just turned it into Tom Brady, because people build up Tom Brady and then they got tired of looking at him. And then they're building up Patrick Mahomes and then they get tired of looking at him. And I'm thinking you should be grateful that in your lifetime you've seen something like this. How often would anybody get to see stuff like this? So, but you're going to always have your oppositions and stuff, man. So what do you think? You think the referees were cheating for him or what?
But Stein, let me tell you, I still think, most people place Brady as the greatest of all time. I still think Joe Montana the greatest.
That is an argument that can come to the table. That truly is. Because in my mind, I'm a diehard Denver Bronco fan, so I'm gonna take John Elway anyway. Even though he might not be in the discussion as the greatest of all time, but John Elway is my quarterback, so I would pick John Elway today in 2025 over any of them. You know what I'm saying? But as far as coming to the table as a discussion, I would take Joe Montana. I would take Peyton Manning. I would probably take Mahomes and Brady at the table of who's the GOAT.
It's funny because when we're debating the NFL GOAT, the criteria is different from the NFL GOAT than the NBA GOAT. Like, nobody is holding Tom Brady's 3 losses against him. And 2 of them losses came against Eli Manning, out of all people. You know what I'm saying? And so, it's impressive he got there 10 times, but they don't give LeBron that same thing. Talk about he got there 10 times. Oh, but he lost more. Yes, but he had to go through greater dynasties. Like Golden State, San Antonio were better than any teams that Michael Jordan faced. I'm sorry. They were. Those were legit dynasties. You see what I'm saying? And nobody's saying, the criteria they use for Jordan is where he never lost. Well, they ain't using that for Joe Montana. Joe Montana never lost.
You're right. He's 4-0. Absolutely. So if we take out the championships, Damo, because to me, championships are like your credit score. When you go to apply for something, they do 2 things. They do a soft pull or they do a hard pull, right? So if I just do a soft pull, then you're correct. Joe Montana is the greatest because I just bumped his score 4-0, the end. But if I do a hard pull on your credit, I have to open it up. So when you open up these people's credit, Tom Brady is number 1 in the majors, and then he leads stuff that you don't even think about. Number 1 touchdowns in Sunday Night Football, the most passing yards in Thursday Night Footballs, the most wins on Monday Night. You know what I'm saying? Like those little categories that we don't even talk about. That he holds records in those, and he holds records in the majors, right? Then another thing, Montana left his team because I came from an era where a quarterback stayed with one team, right? You have Jim Kelly, Dan Marino, John Elway, they all stayed with one team, right? Joe Montana left, went to Kansas City. He left the NFC, went to the AFC, made it to the AFC Championship, didn't win it, right? Peyton Manning, he stayed in the AFC, but went to another division, went to another team, and went to 2 Super Bowls and won. So now that's what makes people say, okay, if you can lead, if Patrick Mahomes, because eventually they're going to say, oh, you stayed in the AFC West. The AFC West was weak. That's why you won all these championships. That's the same thing they did to Brady. Oh, you was in the AFC East. You had an East way. Okay, Brady says, I'm going to leave the AFC, go to a whole different conference, win their conference championship, and be a Super Bowl champion from the NFC. So Brady is a Super Bowl champion from the AFC and the NFC. So that's why I say he's the GOAT, because he left that quote-unquote system team. So I love Patrick Mahomes, and I want him to be the GOAT because, like I said, I don't hate. But I would love to see maybe 10 years from now him leave Kansas City, go to another team, and win a championship.
Well, I'm telling you, if they win this next one, he's on the trajectory.
yeah, there's no stopping.
NFL career than Brady.
There is no stopping that. None. Because like I say, even Peyton Manning, he left Indianapolis. All the Tennessee Titans and the Jaguars, they were sorry all those years. Okay, well, let me leave them. Let me go to Denver. Take Denver to 2 Super Bowls. Now you can't say I had the same teams, the same people, the same division every year. So that's a part of my criteria if you want to be the greatest of all time. He is a great quarterback, but to be the greatest of all time, do that Joe Montana, leave San Francisco, go to a whole different conference, go to the AFC, join the Bills, and go to the AFC Championship, which he lost. Kansas City, which he lost to the Bills in the AFC Championship. So if Mahomes maybe 10 years from now can do that, go to another team and win a Super Bowl, he will be greater than Tom Brady.
I agree, man. I absolutely agree. It's going to be interesting, man. And we got...
Hey, Damon, what does it say about Jalen Hurts if he loses to Mahomes twice in a Super Bowl? Because remember, he lost a couple of years ago.
Well, it depends on... He's young, so I guess it would depend on... Let's see how his career... I don't know if he's going to ever be labeled better than Mahomes, but he's still pretty young. I only think he's been in the league, maybe 4 or 5 years?
Well, yeah, he came
so
before
I think
Tua.
There's a lot ahead of him.
He came before. He might be more than that because he came before Tua. Yeah.
So it just depends on how his career finish out. You know, how many chips he win besides that. Because Eli Manning, like I said, he beat Brady twice.
Absolutely.
Beat him twice.
So Eli going to the Hall of Fame?
Who? Should Eli? It just depends on your criteria. We talk about numbers.
I would say
we're talking about numbers, but if we're talking about accolades,
I would send
and numbers. You know,
I wouldn't say he's ever going to be the greatest of all time, but I would send him to the Hall of Fame because
you almost have to.
You should be able to get that gold jacket. You know how hard it is in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree. He has won as many as his brother won, and he beat the one person that kept his brother from getting even more. And he beat him twice.
Absolutely. I mean, again, Eli don't have the resume that Peyton has, but to get into the Hall of Fame, he has enough stats, enough. Did he ever win an MVP? I don't think he ever won an MVP, right? Eli, did he ever win an MVP? But anyway.
No, not that I know.
Again, 2 Super Bowls to me should be able to get you, maybe not a first ballot, but I think he should be able to get the gold jacket because, man, there's a lot of quarterbacks that's been in this league that ain't never been to a Super Bowl. Never. And he's at least won 2. And he's undefeated, right? He's undefeated, 2-0.
Yep. Can't argue with that, man.
How's your Cavaliers, man?
Man, we lost 3 in a row. We finally won one last night, but we got injuries all the way across the board. It seemed like even the water boy hurt. The water boy, he might be hurt.
The injury gods, man, they can't never just walk away, can they?
Nope. And so, hopefully, man, they just trying to make it limp into the end of the season. And hopefully, man, we healthy when the end of the season starts. Because really, that's what, playoff success is predicated on. How healthy your team is.
Absolutely. So, how many?
Their physical health
how many All-Stars is on your team?
Right now, just one.
So that means the rest of the
But they gotta pick the bench too.
Oh yeah.
So right now the NBA just doing the starters. They're not really doing the bench players right. So it's yet to be determined.
Okay, cool. Well, those that don't make it, at least they'll be able to rest that week, and get back, get ready for the second half.
Yeah, put them bunions in the hot tub.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Go get that crick in your back, man, massage. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all, we got a good slate of topics on deck for y'all. I even found something, man, where this guy made a comment as far as the music industry and promoting, and I thought this was very interesting. So what we got on deck is not marketing your music enough. Then a mother of 4 uproots her family to move in with a man who leaves her hanging? Is this mother out of pocket for how she told her children where they came from? I'm not the breadwinner, even if I make more money. Comment from a female, a famous comedian, that I was kind of impressed. I was like, oh, shoot. And then is asking 30K for a wedding ring too much? Is it too much? So we're going to talk about that. Y'all know how we like to do. Before we go ahead and jump into the topic discussion, I love to promote indie artists. And so for the second week in a row, man, I'm going to, because I have him on here soon. So shout out to Fat Boy Duke out in Nashville, Tennessee. Again, man, thank y'all for tuning in. If you're watching the live, please share. We'll be back with y'all in a moment, all right?
Traveling down this dark road for so long. Yes. Still searching for love, these hoes are so cold. Yes. Trade love for lust, it's getting so old. So many lost souls sucking my pain away. Yeah. When I look in the mirror, don't even know my face. All I see is heartache and a lot of pain. I wanna give up, go to a quiet place. Yeah. The Lord help me take this pain away. Please. All I want is some peace. All my life I've been searching for me. All my life I've been a slave to the streets. So please, Lord, let me be free. Hey. I'm searching for me. Driving down this lonely road. I really don't know where I'm going. I'm driving with my eyes closed. And all I see, a reflection of me. A reflection of me. A reflection of me. I'm really trying to change, Lord. I accept my wrong. Yes. This life is so hard, I'm just trying to be strong. Never giving up, but even the strong get weak. I'm at war with myself, I'm my own worst enemy. Feel like I'm dying inside. I can't stop these tears coming from my eyes. I'm just searching for peace, I'm just searching for me. I'm searching for me. Hey. Driving down this lonely road, I really don't know where I'm going. I'm driving with my eyes closed, and all I see, a reflection of me, a reflection of me, a reflection of me. Driving down this lonely road, I really don't know where I'm going. I'm driving with my eyes closed, and all I see, a reflection of me, a reflection of me, a reflection of me. Driving down this lonely road, I really don't know where I'm going. I'm driving with my eyes closed, and all I see, a reflection of me, a reflection of me, a reflection of me.
All right, y'all, we back, man. That
What's
was
up?
Fat Boy Duke, man.
Shouts out.
Out of Nashville.
Oh no, go ahead. I want to say shouts out to Mike Cobb. Shouts out No Limit Pro. Hey, while y'all are listening, Broken Love 5, No Limit Pro Wrestling presents Broken Love 5, Sunday, February the 23rd. Doors open at 6 p.m. It's going to be a banger. Go ahead, Damo.
All right, man. So, without further ado, man, this dude made a comment on promoting when it comes to music, and I think this was a real interesting take. And so, Sky, I want you to check this out, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to politic on this, all right? So, let me go ahead and turn this up. Again, thank y'all for watching. If y'all can share the live, y'all will help us out immensely doing that. And thank you to everybody that's watching right now.
Advice to us regular artists: get a job. Well, everything in the music industry costs. Come on, let me tell y'all something, artists. Nothing in this industry is organic. Nothing in this industry it's not a talent show. It's a business. Why does McDonald's sell more hamburgers than every other hamburger company? Do they have the best hamburger? Are McDonald's hamburgers real hamburgers? They're not even. So why do they sell billions of them if they know that they're not real hamburgers? Why does McDonald's sell billions of burgers and we know if we ate this every day for a month it would kill us? They're selling killer hamburgers. And when you realize why McDonald's sells more hamburgers than every other hamburger company in the world, you'll realize why your music career is not doing shit. Because McDonald's is promoted and marketed on a whole other level. You know what the number one is before you go in the building. So imagine this person having this amazing product, this amazing song, but nobody knows it exists. That's why your shit's not on. It's not because you can't rap good. It's not because your song ain't jamming. And a lot of artists will get in our head like, if I rap like this, they gonna fuck with it. No, they're not. Yeah. If you don't promote it, they're not fucking with it. So you have quality, but nobody knows about it. You mean to tell me that you want me to pay millions of dollars for something that God gave you because you're talented, God gave it to you for free, and you ain't found a way to make $100 out of it yet? Bullshit. You're not even willing to put your own money into it first. And you want me to put you trying to scam me, my dog. You want me to put up my 100,000, you want to put up 100 in your shit, but your shit so motherfucking hard. How you about to make me some money? You ain't made you no money, bitch ass nigga. It's a business. And once you realize that this is a business and start treating it like it's a business, it'll start paying you like it's a business. That's a powerful statement, man. Advice to us.
So, we're going to go ahead and talk about that, man.
You know what? It's so many variables on marketing your music, but I just want to talk about the foundation. Like I used to tell people when I was deep in it, if you believe in yourself, you need to put your own money up and market your own music. For some reason, most artists just wanted to record, make music, and hope some production company sign them or some record label sign them. Okay, if that happens, then you're going to get screwed because they're taking all the risk. So when the money comes in, when they make all the money and you make none, then you can't sit there and bitch about it, right? But if you take your own money, come up with your own marketing plan, and show these people that you can move units, now the contract is much different. You have to believe in yourself. That's just like even if you do a business plan or me, if I need to raise capital, they're going to ask, how much money do I have in the bank? What my account receivable is, what my stocks in the company is, and how much of my own money did I put up for whatever product I'm doing a website. And when they see that you have enough skin in the game, then maybe they will come and invest and do things like that. 2, marketing nowadays is different than back then. Before social media and Instagram and all that stuff, we had a street team. We had to pay little boys to go out here with our shirts on and pass out flyers and knock on doors and, wherever the hottest clubs were as people were coming out. Here, take this flyer, do this, and do that. So I agree with what he's saying, but then it just depends on your mindset. And then if you don't believe in the product, if you're just trying to make a quick buck, it ain't gonna work no damn way.
You're absolutely right, man. And I'll say this, I'll add this on to it. I think a lot of artists treat music like it's a hobby. Right. They treat it like it's a hobby. The hardest part isn't even the recording part. The hardest part is the marketing and promotion. Absolutely. It's like, I don't care what industry you're in, whether it be music, you can be a baker, you can be into anything. If you do not put money behind the marketing and promotion, you can have the best bakery in the world. But if nobody know about it, guess how your business going to do?
Go under.
it's not going to do too well.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, that's the issue with a lot of minority businesses as a whole, is the inability to market.
Right.
They won't even cross-market with each other.
Nope. They won't do that. And, I don't know how you was told, but when I went to a Nashville State Tech, or it's called Nashville Community College now, I was told the recording of a CD or whatever is like making a baby. You've made the baby. Now, how are you going to help the baby grow? The easiest thing that we can do as humans is make babies, right? It's fun. We can do that. Once that baby gets here, the hardest part is raising it. So you can make music, you can make a CD, or cassette, or 8-track, whatever your Phonolux is, but now you have to have this, you have to make it grow, and that's the hardest part about it, is doing that. And two, man, a lot of people don't set a budget, Damo. I mean, a lot of folks think that they're going to get all this free stuff, CD baby and CD this. No, you need to spend money on real, even if you need to go hire you a marketing firm, and this is what they do. Spend the money to do it, because what's the sense of you making this product if you're not going to put real money behind it?
You're right. You're absolutely right, man.
So when I see this stuff around, I don't do it no more. I know that sounds crazy, but anytime something comes across my desk, I will do it for free, or it's free. I don't even do it. If you're not charging me to do something, I don't even fool with you no more.
Right.
Because if you're real, you want people to pay for your time. Go ahead, Damo.
And you know what? Actually, Sky, I think even before like a recording artist, before they even start the music part, I think they need to sit down, write what is the end goal, and then how they're going to get
Absolutely.
it. I think right now the plan first, right now the business plan should be the first order of business before they even get into all the other stuff. Just write a business plan.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't want to do that. And I did this first.
And they don't want to do
I did it first because I was first getting into business. Now I can write one because I've been in business for a long time. So I can write a business plan today. But when I first got into it, it was hard because you didn't have nothing to go on. Now I have a lot of stuff to go on. And nowadays in 2025, I would network. I would try to, even if I was starting something and I'm like, man, I know I can do it on my own and make all the money. I'm like, I don't do that. I'm going to partner with Damo on this venture. He's going to make money. I'm going to make money. And then when I get on my feet, I can go somewhere else and make money on my own. When you get into entrepreneurship, whatever you're going to do, you need more than just you. So that means if you got to give up 25% of the company, or if you got to give up 25% of the profits, you need to be able to do what you love to do and hire somebody that loves to do what you don't like to do. You know what I'm saying? That's how you're supposed to do it. And that's a part of the business plan too.
And I think a lot of times, man, people take on way too much, way more than they can handle. And there's nothing wrong with outsourcing, things you need to get done.
Absolutely. Outsourcing. Absolutely.
You know?
And so if they take that mentality, because I mean, and then again, it depends on the music and where you at in this music. Are you a first-time recording artist? Is this your 10th CD? If this is your 10th CD, you should know 10 albums. You should know pretty much. You've been through the ups and downs. You've been through the fire. You've crossed that bridge. You should be able to promote this 10th album and be the biggest thing you've ever done.
Right. And as an artist, you can't have this attitude, right? That people got to come to you. If you want to get something done, you got to make the initial move. You can't think that people going to wait for you and people going to, no. You got to put in the effort. It's just like what he was saying. If you're not going to invest in you, effort, time, money, why should anybody else?
Absolutely.
That would agree. Why should anybody else? If you're not going to invest in yourself, why should anybody else invest in you?
Absolutely. Because one day, Damo, somebody's going to come to you and say, hey, I got this idea. All I need is $1,000. And then you going to ask them, well, how much of your money did you put in? Oh, none. You just put up the whole $1,000 and I'll pay you back at 12% over 5 years with a balloon payment. Okay. Well, when it becomes $1 million company, now Damo has $999,000 of the company, and you only have that 1%. You know what I'm saying? Then you're going to get mad at him because he put up all the money for the risk and you put up nothing.
which is what happens a lot of times in the
Yeah.
industry. That's what the labels do.
Right.
The labels put up the money, they reap the reward of it, and then the artists really be upset. But it's like, well, they the ones that made the investment.
Absolutely.
See, if you had came to the table with them saying, hey, let's be more of a partnership because I can show you right now that I can do this. I don't really need you.
Absolutely.
Right? So if we do get together, it's going to be on a partnership where I have more say-so. If that is not your approach, then like you said, don't get mad when a record label reap the rewards of off your back.
Absolutely. And see, back then, standard contracts were the record label on the recording contract side, which is the mechanical license, right? They get 88%.
Right.
The artist gets 12%. This ain't even the publishing. That's the sync license, which the publishing. There's just the mechanical part, the actual physical CD. They get 88% of the sales. You get 12. But also, they're going to recoup their money out of your 12. That's what happened to TLC and all of them. They got 12%, but they had to recoup the $3 million that they spent on videos and cars and clothes and marketing out of that 12%. Then you have to divide it by 3 and then pay taxes. That's why they went broke. Tony Braxton went broke. A lot of these guys are going broke because they're not reading that part of the contract.
Man, I had a couple, some years ago, we had Blog Talk Radio, Soul Driven Radio, and I had Shaheem from the Wu-Tang Clan. He was the youngest one. He played the Word Man and Original Gangsters. Real cool dude, right? Real down-to-earth dude. And he was talking about that. He signed a contract, and he didn't understand that, out of that contract, he had to pay for everything. So when they went to a dinner and it required him to be there, he had to pay for the limo, he had to pay for the meal, he had to pay for it. And so it's like, you want to build that following on your own. You don't want to just, when you don't build it on your own, somebody else build it, they're going to reap the rewards of it and you're not.
Absolutely. And it's okay your very first time you don't make enough money, or even you might not even break even. It's the experience that you need. So when you do CD2, CD3, CD4, then you're a millionaire by CD4 because you've done all the legwork, you've gone through all the BS, you filed the bankruptcies, you had bad contracts, whatever. And that's when you do it. Everybody wants to be a millionaire straight out the gate. They want to walk outside with a briefcase that has $1 million in it, and that's not the world. That's not how it happens.
That is so funny. Not a briefcase.
Yeah, that's wrong. So, and that's not how it happens. But yeah, I agree with everything you said. You have to learn, if you're going to get into this music game in 2025, the first thing you need to do is learn how to market your music and where to market.
Yeah.
Because people will sell you wolf tickets. You'll have, for $99 a month, we'll get you here, and ain't even damn well. It's sort of like Upwork and Fiverr. They ain't even doing half that stuff they telling you they doing. That's why it's so cheap. They lying to you.
Right. You do better getting on your feet and doing it
Absolutely.
yourself.
Go to the local barbershop.
You basically go to a club and hand it to a DJ and build a rapport with that DJ and a relationship where, you can go ahead and when you got something new there, play.
Absolutely.
It's so many different ideas, but you can't start off bad business doing bad business.
Absolutely.
And with this next lady, what she did was horrible business, man. Absolutely horrible. Ladies, pay attention. Do not do this shit. You hear me? Listen to Cat Daddy, man. Ladies, don't do this. A few of y'all have done this. So I'm gonna play this video. Sky, man, you gotta hear this shit, man. I said the audacity of this lady. I'm glad my mama wouldn't like this.
I did fall in love first. Packed up everything, leave Louisiana, moved to Atlanta with my kid.
Hold on.
And my dog, just for me to get to Atlanta, and he stopped answering. Now me and my kids are stuck out, and all I have is $40 left. Is anybody hiring?
We're gonna run this back. Here it goes.
What's up, Rhea? So I met this guy on Instagram. He's originally from Nigeria, but he lives in Atlanta. So he said he lived in Atlanta. He got me to Pack up everything. I did fall in love first. Packed up everything, leave Louisiana, move to Atlanta with my kids and my dog, just for me to get to Atlanta, and he stopped answering. Now me and my kids are stuck out, and all I have is $40 left. Is anybody hiring? What's up, Re-Up? So I met this guy on Instagram.
I don't know what to say about that. I tell you what, companionship and loneliness is a bad thing, because that's absolutely crazy. I don't know if you was just, I don't even know how to put it, Damo, because that couldn't be me. That would never be me. I would never pack up and leave if I'm not financially and ready to do it. That way, if somebody pulled that stunt on me, I have more than $40. I have a place to go back to, and I have a job to go back to. Any woman, whether she has kids or not, that just uproots and believes a dude in another state, nah, something's wrong with you. Because either you tired of being lonely, you need some companionship, or whatever situation you're going through is terrible. But who would do that in their right mind? Especially if you have a child. First of all, you say you're from Nigeria. Right. So if I ain't at least met you 10 times in person, I'm not going to just up and just take my child from Louisiana and drive to Atlanta, and then he's not answering the phone.
4 kids and a dog?
She said 4 kids or 1 kid?
You uproot 4 kids and a dog. And a dog.
And there's this dude on YouTube named AJ, and all he do is talk bad about women, talk about how they're crazy and they'll have it all up here. And I'll be like, are you mad because somebody in high school treated you wrong? But then after me and you hear these stories, it makes me wonder about some of these women sometimes. 4 kids?
Man,
so you probably got 4 baby daddies, and this Nigerian dude that told you he's gonna help take care of you, and 4 kids is not his. And you say, okay, I'm on my way.
A dude she met over the
internet, yeah.
On Instagram.
Yeah, never seen him in person.
And she never probably seen him in person. Fell in love with him over the internet, right? Pack up her kids, her dog, and then get to Atlanta. This dude don't answer her calls or nothing. So now she's stuck out in no man's land with 4 kids and a dog and $40. I'm telling you, I believe this. Sky, I'm about to I know I'm about to tick some people off. I don't give a damn. If you have kids and it don't work out with the father of your kids or the mother of your kids, do not date until your kids. We said this last week. I'm going to reiterate this because a lot of people put their kids in super bad situations, being selfish. And it goes back. I'm gonna take this all the way back because I've got into, man, people want to argue with me about this. If you're going to base it on love, if these the kind of decisions that love make you do, I don't want to be in a relationship or nothing on love. If it's going to make you be this stupid.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's what this is. This is stupid on a whole nother level.
Yep.
So if it's going to make you be that dumb, then I don't want it. Keep love. People be like, you got to have love, you know what I'm saying, to do this and do that. Well, love got y'all doing dumb shit. So if love going to make you an idiot, then I don't want love.
Love going to get you killed out here.
Hell yeah. Love going to get you, it's going to get you homeless.
Absolutely.
Going to get your heart killed.
And again, we're not against companionship and being in love and walking down on beaches and having anniversaries. We're saying just do it the right way.
Yeah, like you gotta have some common sense, man.
Absolutely.
Man, Sky, you see, when people hold females accountable, then it's looked at, are you bashing females, or you hate females, or you this, or you that. I'm gonna say this, right? Because I got absolute nothing but love for women. But in the same sentence, I'm gonna say this. A lot of females don't mature past high school. They don't mature past high school. They communicate the same way they did when they was in high school. They fall in love the same way they did when they was in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I speak to a lot of them, and especially the ones that out here and get pregnant by a dude. So you let a guy manipulate you into sticking a baby inside you and not sticking around. And it's like, man, well, the real question is, well, what did you want out of all of this? What were you looking for? Because did you just want a baby and that's it? Or did you want marriage? And if you wanted marriage, why did you move the way that you moved?
Absolutely. Well, you know what? It's something that we should think about because we've had this conversation. Well, one, I've told folks we're not hypocrites on here. Everything he just said about waiting until your kids get older, that's what I did. When me and the kids' mama broke up, I didn't date, I didn't marry, I didn't have a girlfriend. I didn't do nothing until my youngest child turned 18. When he turned 18, right. March 2018, then I went out and decided to look silly. But for those 8 or 9, 10 years when I was on my own and they would come over my house over the weekends and stuff, that they ain't got no step brothers, no step sisters, no nothing. So I can actually tell you it's possible to go 9, 10 years without being in a relationship just for your children. Too. That's weird because that's something we should think about, right? Because a lot of people are saying women mature faster than men. Maybe that's a bad thing. They hit their peak in high school. We're still idiots, but they hit their peak in high school, and that's it. Because usually in anything, once you hit a peak, that's it. You don't go past the peak. So you hit your peak in high school, and for the rest of your life, you still in high school. But for men, since we're still childish until we're 21, 22, we don't hit our peak until maybe 30, and then that's when things change. So maybe we should look into that thing, or maybe we should do a survey or something. I'm glad you said that, because if they peak in high school, and a lot of these women that are 30, 40, 50, they talk like they still in high school. Yes. I never thought about that till you just said that.
A lot of them do not mature past high school. I'm telling you. I've learned to sit back and watch their behavior. And that whole thing of, I don't think they mature faster than we do. I just don't. Mm-hmm. And there's the results speak for it. Because a lot of dudes, the majority of dudes that got kids that's not married, got multiple kids with multiple women. Mm-hmm. A big chunk of guys don't have kids at all. There's a large chunk of men that do not have kids. Right. Everybody think it's all these dudes out here that got all these babies. No, that is not the case. What it is there's a lot of dudes out here that don't have kids, and there's a small portion of dudes that got babies with multiple women. Absolutely. I got dudes in my family like that they got kids with multiple women. And then I have dudes in my family that there's nothing wrong with them. They're not gay. They just, haven't found the right woman to settle down with. Or for whatever reason, they like, I just ain't, it's not the time right now. Absolutely. Whether it's me, whether it's them, or whatever the case. But they don't have kids, so I commend them.
Absolutely. You know how they say the 1% runs the country? So it's a small portion of men that's causing the broken homes problem. Not all men. The majority of us, we take the time to say, hey, this don't seem right. But there are the small proportion that's making it look like, so when you hear a woman say, well, all men are dogs, no. It's that small proportion that's out here spreading their seeds everywhere, having 10, 12 kids to make it look like it's 10 or 12 guys. But no, it's just that one guy. You know what I'm saying? So absolutely.
You know what, Stein? I was on my Vigo panel because shout out to my Vigo people that follow and watch. But I was on the family panel and I was talking about this. I said I think that majority females don't know how to. They mismanage their vaginas. That's the issue. They mismanage their vaginas. You need to treat that like it's the Willy Wonka golden ticket. Not like it's the 1980s or 1990 lunch ticket. You know how that anybody can get that ticket. You rip it and give it to everybody.
Yep, mine's were orange, and every day I ripped it off.
Yeah, like we had the pink ones, you know.
Yeah.
Some of y'all just mismanage y'all vaginas, you know. And if you want a husband, why would you overplay your hand and have a family before you have a husband? That is called mismanagement of your vagina. You want a husband, but then you got a baby out of it, and then you don't end up with a husband at all. And then you mad at the other men because it don't work out with the baby dad. So then the other men were like, well, I don't want to raise no other man's kid. And then you like, well, what's wrong with, you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's not fair. I'm telling you, it's not fair. Thank you, Stepper. I appreciate you. It's not fair, but it is. So I always, man, when I speak with women, I don't like to keep harping on the mistakes and, you know, okay, man, you did this wrong. But I always go back in the conversation I had with them is manage your vagina better. If you and your baby daddy didn't work out and you can't get them to act right, quit giving them your vagina. If you still giving them your vagina, you mismanaging it, ma'am. Because he like, no matter what I do, she gonna come back anyway. That's how he acts. She gonna come back anyway. It don't matter.
And y'all, if y'all need it that bad, just go buy you a toy or something. You know, do something. You know, if your sex drive is just that high, go buy you a toy or something. I'm saying, like, stop letting that feeling get you in trouble. Because 2 hours of sex will mess up the rest of your life. Over 2 hours of sex, will mess up the rest of your life. You know, and it's crazy. And I'm just with you, Damo. If the vagina is your hand, is that your ace of spades, your joker? Man, if we playing spades, you want to use it when it's right. You ain't gonna play the ace of spades, and none of the jokers have been played. That's what y'all women are doing. You playing your ace of spades, and then somebody in the damn group still has the high joker and the low joker. Come on, people.
You know what I'm saying? I always say this, man. The Lord knew what he was doing with me. He knew not to make me a chick. Because I'm telling you, man, you know what I'm saying? Like the game but then maybe I wouldn't even have this mindset though. Maybe if I was born a chick, I wouldn't have this mindset. Because I think logically, we men look at things from a logical perspective.
Right. Absolutely.
So
I mean, well, most of us do. Some of them.
Most of us do. Some of us.
I'm like, they ain't got the good sense God gave them. But
that light bulb there, but it don't work.
Absolutely right. Absolutely. You know, you have to ask yourself, does this make sense? And even if y'all go to a club and you get drunk and you meet a stranger, then use a condom. Like, you know, stuff happens. Everybody's human. Nobody's perfect. But use a condom. Something that at least when it's over, you ain't got to worry about running to the clinic, peeing on a stick. You know what I'm saying? Any of that stuff, you know. Waking up and forget that you're married, like, oh my God, I'm married. You know, like, you know, stuff like that. Boy, this is crazy. And
I just go back, you know, going back to this, man, I think you cannot build the foundation of whatever relationship you have with somebody. The primary foundation cannot be based on love.
Right.
It got to be about building and legacy.
Absolutely.
Because love is getting y'all in trouble. A lot of, when I ask dudes and females, well, why did you hate them now, but why did you have a kid with them? Well, we was in love. Well, love gonna make you make these decisions. Stop falling in love, man. You know what I'm saying? And look at things from a more logical perspective. Look at it more logically.
Absolutely.
Because love gonna make you just do dumb shit like this, what she did, man, ain't no way. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. You know, usually when you get ready to marry, it's supposed to be about loyalty, legacy, leaving a dynasty, leaving something
Building
the
a
children and
dynasty.
grandchildren. Because by the time
Yes.
you're in your 40s, you had all the sex in the world, all the kids in the world. You've done all the dumb stuff. Now it's time to smarten up and say, hey, I only have so much of my life left. When they bury me, what are they going to say about me? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I agree with 100% what you're saying, Damo. It's when you put a ring on that person's finger, that's what it should be about. Then, okay, here comes the love, and I'm in love with you and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it should never be based on love and sex, y'all. Y'all are just based, the foundation's already cracked when you do stuff like that.
More definitely, man. This next situation, man, I want y'all to hear this, right? Because, man, this mom was talking to her kids about how they were brought or how they came into the world. But I want y'all to hear the way she explained it to them, and then we're going to break this all down. So, without further ado, let me go ahead. Y'all know I got to go ahead and, wait a minute. The screen resized on me to like, okay, it resized to me like 30-something%. I hit some button wrong. So, without further ado, let me go ahead and cut this music. Because y'all know I got to cut the music a little bit so y'all can at least be able to hear. And then we gonna go, and y'all ain't gonna believe what this. I said, man, she crazy. All right.
I tell you, there are some trifling mothers out there. I am not playing with y'all. Check this video out.
Y'all, my kids don't believe they came up out of them. Hey, y'all. You said what? I didn't say you came out no thighs. You came out that butanga. Yep. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I ain't no universe. You came out that butanga. Right there.
And she patting.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's it right there.
That's the
Believe it.
noise you hear.
And she still got a grip on her. Yup. No.
What is CPS?
CPS? You want CPS? I know Child Protective Service.
Okay.
Man, it's funny for this.
Why would you say that to your kids? Why? Now, if she would have just said it to the camera, I would have just assumed that she was playing and she really didn't say it to the kids. But the kids are in the video. Every time I think about those kids, it gets me mad. She said this to her children. Talking about it still got that grip. Boy, ain't no way, boy. How is this beneficial to anybody? Why would you tell that to a bunch of kids? What is wrong with some of you parents? Look, I know there's some great parents out there, but these are the parents right here that need to be stopped. This is
So,
yeah, I'm with them 100% because what's going to happen is these kids are going to go to school and repeat what they heard. Then you going to want to whoop their butts when they get put out of school or suspended for saying that type of language to the teacher or to other kids. When somebody needs to pull out a belt and whoop her butt for doing that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get mad at your kids when they go out into this world and do and say the things that they just hear you in here doing and saying. Or you need to teach your kids how to keep their clothes and stuff on before they go out in the world, because it's not cute. They're going to go out into this world because you allow them to do the things at home, or you allow them to hear things at home. When grown-ups came to my house, we had to go to the very back. We couldn't hear a word that they was talking about. Do you hear me? You didn't bother the adults unless it was an emergency. Kids was in the back, adults was in the front. So when we went to school, we didn't know nothing them adults was talking about. Not a word they said. You sitting there patting your private place. I thought you were going to be funny, like say the store, because that's what I told my kids when they went to the store brought you. You know, you was in a basket at the door. So that way if they went to school, they were like, well, my daddy said I was in a basket at the door with a note. You patting your private part talking about poop, and then was it a little girl in that video or just boys?
it was 3 kids, 3 little kids.
Okay.
Boys and girls.
And they gonna go back and repeat what they mama just said in school or daycare. And then when they get in trouble, you gonna want to whoop them. Well, if you whoop them, your mama should come whoop you.
And the fact that it looked like it's 2 girls and a boy, me watching this video. For y'all that want to watch the video, it is on my Facebook page. But she's sitting there patting herself Back nerve vagina. Talking about you came out this tank tank. And it still got a grip on y'all and all that. You know, like, I don't get the point. Actually, I do. I think people want validation that hard on the internet, right? That they will do anything to garner attention. That's all that is. She trying to get the attention of everybody.
Absolutely.
Hey, look at me.
That's wrong attention. That is the wrong attention.
Yeah, it's, hey, look at me. Look what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And man, could you imagine, man? This is not going off the internet anytime soon.
No,
So could you imagine you being in high school and it's coming out and about?
And this is what these folks are not thinking about. This ain't the 70s and 80s. This is 2025. You put something out, it's going to the cloud or wherever it's going to go. And it's going to be there for a long time. Unless they just shut down the web and the internet, is going to be there.
Yeah.
Somebody, when they in high school, like, hey, remember 16, 17 years ago, your mama said this, here it is right here. And everybody in class is going to laugh, and then they're going to want to fight, and then you're suspended. And so, we've said this before, everybody wasn't put on this earth to be parents.
Nope.
They would. But even if that, common sense would tell you, those kids sound like they're about 4 or 5 years old.
They look like they were anywhere from 4 to 8 years old.
Why would you even say, well, we all know kids are tape recorders. You know, you hit record and then you hit play. At home, they hit record, and then when they walk outside that house, they hit and play. So why would you even say those things to those children?
Yep. I think that they need to start reconsidering. When kids are born, they need to do a mental evaluation on the mother and the father. And whoever is mentally and financially better suited to raise that kid, that's who the kid should go to. I don't think it should automatically go to these mothers. Now, there are some good mothers out here, but man, the ones that's bad are really bad.
Yeah, there was a lady online. I was listening to her, and she was in a car driving, and she was talking about how her mama was broke and destitute. Her daddy was broke and destitute, and they ended up having sex and had her. She said, "What was y'all thinking about? Why in your right mind, if you didn't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of, and she didn't either? Right? Why are y'all even having sex? Like, sex should be the last thing on your mind when you sleeping out on the streets and homeless. But yet, it's on your mind, and then you done brought me into this world, and now I'm going through what I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think man, we need to. I always want to say we need to do better, but it's always going to be just a certain part of society that just won't give a damn. That's just it.
Yep.
It's like criminals. No matter what laws you implement, they're gonna always be criminals. So you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You're right, man. Man, this next video, man, this came from Cheryl. She was on Def Comedy. It's Cheryl Underwood.
Yeah.
Here what Cheryl Underwood said, man, I already have respect for her. I think she's a very good, funny comedian.
Did you watch it on BJJ?
What she said on the couch of Shannon Sharp really impressed me. And I got to give her flowers. Got to give her flowers.
Right.
And my old lady is like this. The reason why we last and why we've been together so long is because she has this mindset. So without further ado, I'm going to let y'all hear what Cheryl Underwood said. And then, man, we're going to go ahead and conversate about it.
Reading Ephesians. That's what I believe. I may be strong. Can't mess up people's money because people need it.
Absolutely. Are you okay being the breadwinner in a relationship?
I'm not the breadwinner in a relationship. You mean any man I'm with?
Yeah.
I'm not the breadwinner in a relationship.
But would you be okay if you were?
I'm not. There's no man I know from you or he got a regular job. He work at a warehouse. He is the head of the household. He is the breadwinner. I will chip in as he see fit because he's that. Now, this is the way I was raised. A lot of women not going to agree with me.
They ain't going to agree with that, Cheryl.
I'm cool if you don't. But
I got to tear you up, Cheryl.
tell me up because here's the thing. Even if I make more money, it doesn't make me the breadwinner.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't make me the breadwinner. It makes me the baby. What you say you want to do what? Or what you want for Christmas? You want a pony? Okay, man. I got you.
Sure, you know, like
What?
the breadwinner, you know, normally that person has the larger voice in the relationship.
He's a man. He's going to have. This is what
So when
I
you got the money, you making the money.
No, this is what I believe.
Okay.
I believe I am advice and concurrence.
Mm.
He is the head of the household. That is how I believe. The word did not originate with me. He is the head of households. People need to start reading Ephesians. That's what I believe. I may be strong-willed. I may make money, but I'm not the head of the household. But you can't mess up people's money because people need it.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay being the breadwinner in the relationship?
Strong-willed, I may make money, but I'm not the head of the household. But you can't mess up.
I guess they want to try to hear that message twice because it kept playing. All right.
Back when we were quote unquote cavemen and nomads and whatever they want to call us back then, you know, before money came evolved, she's right. If you take money or currency out of the situation, when we were Neanderthals back in the days, living in caves, God built the man to be short, stocky, stout, strong, because he's the one that had to go out there and hunt these big ass animals and bring them. That's why you get the word breadwinner. He had to be the one to go out there and kill these animals, bring them home, cut their skin, use them as coats, use the bones as weapons. So only in this Western society in 2025 is where people are in love with money. That's why they say the love of money is the root of all evil. God didn't create money, man created money. We didn't create money, he didn't create money, we created that. So prior to the Western society, back when God created everything he wanted it to be, the man has always supposed to be the head of the cave, the household, the shed, wherever the hell you living. And that's why he built women the way he built them, to be comforting, because, you know, going out here fighting these animals and beasts and other people, when you come home, somebody got to wrap up your big toe and, you know, bathe you and do all that stuff, get you ready to go back out there tomorrow and fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, she is absolutely right, because see, in Shannon Sharp's mind, and I love Shannon Sharp because I'm a huge Bronco fan. He grew up very, very poor. So money is his top thing. If you have money, you have power, you have money, you have this. So I don't knock the way Shannon thinks, because most people that grew up that poor, where they're using the bathroom out in the woods, money, I gotta hoard it, I gotta stash it. But the average person, whether they come out of church or not, whether, like she said, whether I have money or not, I know my role and I know my place, and I'm glad that she said that.
I am too. Because I think that's the part that a lot of women don't get, right? Money is just security. That's all it is. It's just security, okay? Right. I don't think, but even though it's security, somebody has to be in a leadership role and somebody has to be. Now, if you're the woman and you want to be in that leadership role, that's fine. But be the leader all the time. That means also include when it comes time to put yourself in danger then. Put yourself in danger. You can't want to have masculine energy and then tell a man to be a man.
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Even some female cops that go out here and put their life on the line and have to do what people think males should be doing, or females that are in the military that's doing what people think males should be doing. When they come home, they don't want to be the head of household. What they have to do is their job. So they have to be as equal as men in the military or equal as men as a police officer. But when they come home, they want their husbands to be the head of household. So whether they make the most money, whether the husband is a cook and they're the police officers, when they come home, everybody plays their role.
You're right.
So a job and money does not exclude you from playing your role.
Do you know how much selflessness it takes for a woman to set aside her pride and say, you know what? I believe in you. You are the leader. I need you to step into your masculinity and your leadership role. This, man, remember I told you this time? I was like, man, a woman that really understands and that's really got the qualities of of a wife, she's saying ours, us, we. It's no longer my money. I'm making this and you're making that. It's us. We. That's why I say the majority of men are more marriage ready than women. Because there's a lot of women that, we seen them now in Hollywood, right? That's making a lot of Lisa Ray, Vivica Fox. They make enough money more than the majority of men. And yet still, they tell men what? You got to make this amount of money if you want to deal with me.
Absolutely. And you know what they all have in common? They can't keep a husband.
And that's why. That's why. What man want to be with a woman like that is always going to throw up in their face, my, me, I, when things go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because dudes don't do that. You a female really have to push a dude to that, right? For him to come out and even address that he the breadwinner and all that. We don't mind. It's us. When we get with y'all, it's us. We are. It's not your debt no more. It's our debt. Right? It's not, I make $75,000 and you only make $20,000. It's we make $95,000.
Absolutely.
You understand you follow where I'm going?
Right.
But a lot of females, they'll go and they'll be making $120,000, and the dude, hey, thank you, I appreciate it. I know I just do this every day. I dress up every day, and so a lot of dudes that and they making $30,000 and she making $120,000. She's like, well, I'm making $120,000 and you just not making enough for me. Appreciate it. She not saying, well, you know what? We making $150,000. She not speaking like that.
And some of these women, not all, that's making this money are in more debt than what they're making. See that you're not people behind the curtain. Yeah, you making $100,000, but you $200,000 in debt. Every month, your account is negative. This is why the man is supposed to be head of the household, because he's gonna bring his $20,000. You're gonna bring your $100,000. He's gonna make a set up a plan. This much is gonna go to bills. This much is gonna go to savings. This much is gonna go to stocks. This much is gonna go to creating businesses. Look, that's what the man is supposed to do. It don't matter who brings in the most, because you're going to combine, because that's what the government sees anyway. I don't care how much you make, how much you make. The government says y'all are two entities trying to be a conglomerate, so it really don't matter. So yeah, so I do see a lot of women that make more money than men, but also those same women that credit score at 450 and all. You know what I'm saying? They're basically just living off money. But what happens when your body doesn't allow you to do that job anymore?
Yeah,
that's what you're doing. You're just preparing for the time that your body is not going to let you get up to sweep, to do security, to do police work. That's what his job is to make sure that you are okay. And sometimes in marriage, not all the time, the man dies first. He wants to make sure that you're good when he's gone.
You know what, man, ladies, I'm talking to my ladies. All these platforms, I want y'all to listen to this. If you work really hard, you done got your degrees, you making money, you already won half the battle. But some of y'all get in your own way.
Absolutely.
The thing y'all need to look for first and foremost is a guy that is going to stick by your side no matter what. A dude that's sincerely going to care for you, love you, protect you, and do his best to provide for you. All right? Maybe he don't make a lot of money, but he don't make as much money as you will hope. But maybe he good with his hands. He's a good plumber, good electrician. There's other qualities that he has and contributes that he can add to your life. So if you're making the money, fine. Find you somebody that have qualities that also maybe he can build a house. Have you ever thought about that, ladies? Man, y'all be looking for specific dudes, and then okay, you may get that dude, but you don't know what come with getting with that dude like this. If you ask Cassie right now if she could do it all over again, she probably would say, I would do it different. She had a dude that was, man, up there, and how did that go for her? See, man, a lot of y'all don't look at it. A lot of these women get dudes, and how do it work out for them? It don't. So if you just find somebody that's just a good dude, and you can be the one to provide, look at it from this standpoint. Look at it like, if he making 40,000 and I'm making 90,000, well now we're making 120,000.
Absolutely.
Or 130,000 or whatever. Look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't look at it like, man, I and him. When you become one, the language have to change. Us, we, ours. That's how I can tell if a female is ready for marriage or not. Her language tells it all. If she's self-centered or not.
Absolutely. Is she ready to give up that me and mine for we and us? Absolutely.
Right.
Same with the guy. If you ready to say, hey, because again, most women, they're going to come with, I guess, baggage of some type. Are you ready to be a man and a head of a household? And some men ain't. And so what happens is the woman does come with the money and the plan and the leadership. And the man, he just want to sit at home and watch the kids. I've seen that too. So,
you know what? And this point proves why I say men are more mature. Because if the dude already to set himself up financially and everything, he don't care about, man, the optics of what a woman can bring as far as like degrees, how much money she's making and all that. He don't really care. He just want to know if he got a woman that, that can learn, somebody that that can be his assistant, that can work with him, that he can build with, that's peaceful. Them qualities that really matter. That's what he's looking for. It's more characteristic things. It don't have nothing to do with, well, how much is she bringing to the table and this and this and that. Because real dudes don't never have to ask a woman what she brings to the table. But we can see it. I don't have to ask, what do you bring to the table? I can see what you bring to the table. Let me tell you how I can see. I can see how you treat people. How you treat people tells me a lot about your character. When you're mad, how do you handle your anger? Do you go off the deep end and start cussing people out? Or do you just, in a stern manner, say your piece and go about your way?
Absolutely.
The way you communicate. Says a lot about, what you bring to the table. Your ability to care for others. You looking and you don't mind making other people feel good. Shows what you bring to the table. So I don't understand why a lot of us men ask women, what do they bring to the table? Well, we can see it. We can see it.
Absolutely. You're right. I agree with everything you just said.
Yep. Shout out to Cheryl, man. Cheryl Underwood, shout out to all my women that's operating like that. You got you a good man. It don't matter who bringing what into the house because y'all looking at it from a whole totality. And I go back to this story all the time. I was working with this dude, was bragging that he made more money than me, and I had to stop him in his tracks. And I said, no, you don't, because it's two of us in my household. You by yourself, and you're gonna be by yourself because you got a by yourself mentality. And I know that hurt him. I could see it on his face. But you know what? Usually the truth do hurt. So look at it. Two hands is always better than one. Yeah, you can be making even 200,000, and the person you with making 30. But if 2 hands better than one. If they found somebody else making 200,000 and you didn't give them a chance, well, guess what? They done got with that person. Now both of them making more than you because they 200,000 plus their 30. That's 230,000. $30,000 more than what you got.
Absolutely.
So, but this next one, Sky, man, it's pretty good also. This is, you know, a $30,000 ring. This dude made a great point on this. I thought this was something that we definitely should discuss. So y'all, without further ado, let me go ahead and get this video going.
You accept the $5,000 and $10,000 ring? And she said, no, it got to be $30K. So I'm looking at her. Lady, I'm like, you're saying $30K. But I'm looking at her because that's what everybody said they want a 1%. Man, that's what most 1% men gonna do. They gonna look at you. Do you fit what he wants on his arm? So I'm like, $30K that I'm listening to while she said it. She's like, yeah, I'm worth it. What makes you worth a wedding ring for $30K when you can take that $30K and put it into whatever investment vehicle and now you up $140, $150K? So a lot of people, especially in our community, that's why we have the highest divorce rate. A lot of people want to get married for the aesthetics, the wedding, the stuff. They're not trying to be married to be married. Right. They're not trying to be. They want the show. They want to post. They want to hire the photographer, the videographer to come do the wedding so they can post on Instagram for their friends. And it's like we seek validation for people who don't care.
If y'all been together, let's say y'all been married for 10 years. We say I'm gonna starting a marriage off like that. When you know these days marriages don't even be be making it to 5. Because I've been seeing it too many times, bro. I didn't have friends that spent $40,000, $50,000 on their wedding just to get divorced a year and a half later.
Insane.
And they didn't have that $40,000, $50,000. They went in debt to pay for it. Now the wedding's over. The marriage is over, and they still paying for it for 10 years after they ain't even with this person no more. I done seen it happen so many times,
but that's insane. But then it's like, do you really know who you married? Like, because I mean, if we gonna take this step back, a lot of people date people just because of the way they look. You ain't thought about his or her mindset. No. You ain't thought about, can I actually build something sustainable with this person? You like, I like them right now. Okay, are you gonna like them? You might like them in your 20s, but are you gonna like them in your 30s? You say, oh, I should know if they want to marry you in a year. Yeah, but I haven't seen you through all seasons of life. I need to see you through all. I need to see you when you up. I need to see you when you down. I need to see you when you're trying to get it together, because now you really know somebody. You know how they are under pressure. You know how they are when shit not going their way, because we both know a lot of people are front runners. It's cool. Hey, we win and we good. But when that trial and tribulation hit, they like, oh, I'm running for the hills. You didn't know that person. Right? And people don't understand. My grandpa was married to the same lady before she died on Valentine's Day of 2020. They was married, what, 37 years? And I asked my grandpa, I said, what kept y'all married? He said, man, waking up every single day and knowing that this lady has the mindset, I need to help y'all get ahead. And then he said people aren't getting married for longevity. They're getting married for right now. An old girl, he's 6'5", and he muscular, or he like, oh boy, she got a fat. You know how dudes saw it. And it's like, okay, you married her for that? Or you married her for the BBL? Or you married her for the mindset?
All the years y'all gonna be married, y'all gonna be having sex probably less than 5% of the time. So if you marry him for something that's just physical, most of the time y'all not gonna be doing that. Most of the time it's gonna be y'all sitting around having conversations. And you need to make sure you like this person, they think like you, so make the conversation.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I feel like a lot of relationships are hard because you don't really like this person. You like them for the physical. You ain't thought about nothing past that. Can this man leave my household? Can this woman build a house? Can I give her the necessary tools and she build what we need at home?
Man.
Would you accept the $5,000, $10,000 ring? And she said, no, we got.
It gets sillier and sillier, right? So now it goes from I want a guy for aesthetics. Then it goes to I need a guy that's not going to take me to like Chili's and Applebee's and Old Charlie's. Then it's like I'm worth of $30,000. It's like every time we hear these women, it becomes more and more outrageous. So the first year that you get married, I don't care if you've been engaged for 10 years. The first ring should be $30,000. Then what is the next ring gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you've been married, what, 20 years, Damo? 25. So I'm pretty sure you probably have upgraded the ring sometime between the first to now. If you spent $30,000, on a ring, then the next ring gonna be $50,000? Like, that's crazy.
you know what, Sky? The people, it's funny. The people, for the most part, that pay the most for weddings, 9 times out of 10, it won't last. You know the marriages, for the most part, that do end up lasting the longest? Courthouse marriages. Because they don't care about, man, there's no requirement, or you got to have this to marry me and you got to have that. The only requirement is that I can't see myself living without you. I can't see my life without you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the most important thing. And see, a lot of people don't get it. And it's not for me to help them to get it, because at the end of the day, their reality is going to speak for itself. Things not going to work out. They're going to be bitter. They're going to point fingers. And at the end of the day, a lot of people, their preferences are what gets in their way.
Right. Absolutely. And you know what? And folks is right. I agree. $30,000 for a ring is ridiculous, the very first ring. But I'm not against, let's say you make $30,000 a year and you spend maybe $2,000 on the ring. That's fine, because 5-6 years later you might find a $4,000 or $5,000 ring. But some men, it's not even about the money; it's about the growth, right? Because what you said earlier, I was one of those people, like you told that guy, you have a single mindset. I had a single mindset for years, but the maturity has got me to where I am today. So sometimes for me, especially like me, I like to see my growth. So if I bought my wife a $2,000 ring when we got married, 10 years from now, I might get her, trade that ring in for a $3,000 or $4,000. It's just, sometimes for me, I like to see the growth. For some people, they can do growth without having a physical. That's why I like wrestling. When I win a belt, it shows me every day that I see my growth. But some people don't have to. So if you can go to the courthouse, or don't have to be spend money on a wedding to make this marriage work, that is absolutely fine. But some people like me, we're just like, oh, okay. And then every time I look at you, I know I grew. So now what am I going to do the next 10 years? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If that makes sense. But $30,000 up front, no, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care what I'm talking about. $30,000, hell no. And that's for the ring. Now I know people spend $40,000 on a wedding. She said $30,000 on just the ring.
I tell y'all what, I'm just gonna keep it all the way. I'm gonna really look much. I'm gonna tell you that money. If we could take that money and something and take that 5 and turn it into 50, why couldn't we get a ring later on when we get in that position? Why do we level needing to build and then you want to do all that? It's for optics. People do it, is like what he said, to get validation from other people. No different than a lot of these chicks having babies that they know they can't afford to take care of on their own, but they have them anyway because it's the optics. Oh, that's a beautiful baby. Oh, look at that precious thing. And then make them feel, it feed them adorable. Make them feel a certain kind of way. Absolutely. People need and they hunger for validation from people that don't give a dang about it.
And that's absolutely true. Absolutely true.
Most people don't give a dang about you. Yeah, really, most people, they comparing your life to theirs. They really in competition with you. They don't really care what you got going on. They just want to see what's going on in your life and compare it to their own life.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. And so, you know how some people have self-esteem issues or low self-esteem or whatever. Sometimes it's just, again, if you just worry about what's in your household or sweep your own front porch, you ain't got to worry about somebody else's. I do believe that sometimes it is okay if you can afford it. Like, you know, Walmart sells real diamonds, right? For like $400-$500. I mean, there are real diamonds in Walmart, but $700. If you can afford that, that's fine. Because 5 years down the line, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you bought your wife a $500 Walmart ring." Who gives a shit? I don't care. But $30,000, you know how big that rock would be? That would hurt your hand to walk around with a $30,000 dime. You know how big that dime would be at 30 grand? And then the insurance on it would knock you down before the guy who's gonna hit your wife over the head and steal it knocks her down.
Yep. Yep.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Now, these people that are filthy rich that can afford it, hey, that's fine. They own them. But you average people, it's okay because we want to spoil our wives and love our wives and show how much we care sometimes through physical and material things. But don't go broke and don't mess up the household trying to overdo it. Right. Yeah, trying to impress other people. Or even trying to impress her, because she's like, if you don't give me $30,000 ring, I'm leaving. Well, there's the door. The same way it let you in, I guarantee you the same way it's going to let you back out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Yep, absolutely. But yeah, I don't know if the guy actually did it or not. Hopefully he didn't do it. Paid 30 grand for a ring.
No, well, and I don't think it said in the video, but I'll just say that. I'll just say this, man. You know, you were the woman that's looking to build. When she say, you know what, honey, though that ring looks nice, I think we need to put it in here. We need to advocate that money or allocate that money over in this area. Much respect to the women that do that.
Absolutely.
Fellas, if you find that woman, you better hold on with vice grip hands. You hear me?
Something.
You better get vice grips to hold on to that woman because you got a real winner. When a woman get to say, you know what? As long as I'm with you, I don't care if I ain't have a ring. Actually, you know the best ring that there could be? A tattoo. If you gonna make it real, tattoo the date of your wedding on the finger. Mr. and Mrs. such and such.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, and so
that's permanent.
You know,
I say yeah, because that's permanent. So that way,
hell yeah,
you can't get mad and throw the ring back at you, or go try to pawn the ring.
I think dudes could get real. You know, man. That's something I'm looking to do. Because then you ain't got to worry about losing it or nothing.
Unless you lose your finger.
Think about that. You ain't got to worry about losing it. You ain't got to worry about, other people. Oh, that's small and all that. Get a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
If you gonna get engaged, get a tattoo.
Absolutely.
You can get a small ring, and then during the wedding, before the wedding, get a tattoo. Both your names tattooed on the hand.
Right. I agree.
Or your wedding date.
As long as it's economical for the couple, I agree 100%. I mean, hell, even if I was filthy rich, I still wouldn't spend 30 grand on no damn ring. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'm with you. You can get a tattoo, airbrush, whatever you want to do. Because at the end of the day, it's all materialistic things. And when you die, you can't take none of it with you. When I'm at your funeral, they don't talk about, when I'm at people's funeral, they don't talk about what ring they bought their wives and all that old stuff. So yeah, just be the best version of you. And if God blesses you to be able to do those things, then it's okay. But if not, then it's still fine too,
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Sky, man.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you something, Damo. What do you think about all of the stuff that's going on with the deportations right now?
He told them exactly what he doing. You know what I'm saying? They let them folks in. A lot of people in the community is not upset about it. Man, the reason they were coming from our tax dollars that they were giving people that weren't here legally. Well, now them people going back. So now they saying, well, that's tax dollars. So now they're complaining that the tax dollars are being spent to send them back. But nobody was complaining about it when they was spent to fly them here and give them, government assistance and, money and free housing and putting them up in hotels and all that stuff. I can't go to no country and do the same thing. You find that funny? We send money to help other people. There is a fire in California right now. What country is sending money to help California? None. I'll wait.
Not that I know of, none.
So I don't get this whole, where people call it racist when somebody says America first. It's just like, you ain't gonna feed somebody else's kids and watch your kids starve, are you? Maybe some people will. Maybe they will.
Well, what I like about it, from what I've been reading, is they're going after these criminals who have done crime, went through the system, and got out, or didn't get caught just yet, and they repeat offenders. That's what I'm liking about it first. I don't know where it's going to end, but I like the beginning. I like the beginning of what they're doing. That's who ICE is going after first.
They're fear-mongering. What they're doing is they're talking about them going into schools and them going into people's jobs and stuff. Look, if I committed robbery in 1994, and it's 2025, and I done changed my life, I'm living my life well, and they catch me, who's it for? Them or me?
You, because you committed the crime.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If you know you did some dirt, you did something you ain't wasn't supposed to, it's gonna catch up. That's common sense. It's gonna catch up to you. Don't cry wolf when it does. If you're not gonna do it the right way, then it is what it is. I know one thing that a lot of people is up in arms with, and it is the whole DEI ordeal. And to both sides. And I'm thinking to myself, let me take my glasses off. If America is racist, why do you want to work with people you think is racist anyway?
Yep.
Why don't you go create your own?
It's only racist when it benefits them.
Yeah. I watched the video where this young woman that, had merchandise at Target and Walmart, and, that they doing away with the whole DEI ordeal. And so she was like, well, you know what? If y'all go there, you buy my products, but boycott the rest of them. Why can't you create your own lane? Why do you got to deal with Walmart and Target and all them anyway? If you think they're racist, right? Why are you dealing with them anyway? So people only want to boycott when it's, doesn't affect them. But when it affects them, they're not going to sacrifice for the betterment of you. They're looking out for themselves. So I just tell y'all, man, I want to leave with this because I know we're going to be ending this show, and I think this message is very important. Focus on your own household. If you want to fix the world, you want to make the world a better place, start with your own home. And then if you create all that positivity in your own house, when the people in your house leave, they will also create positivity in the world too, as they build their own houses and foundations. So if I want to change the world, people always ask me, what are you doing to change the world? You know what I'm doing? Making sure my kids is in the 2-parent household, and I'm teaching them, you know what I'm saying, to always be accountable. Yes, other people, man, will, assist you in bad things that happen in your life. Yeah, it happens. But be accountable first. And I'm not going to be anywhere where I'm not wanted. If I feel like I'm somewhere and people don't want me around, guess what I'm going to do, Sky? stay away.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I ain't gonna force you to like me or be my friend.
No. You don't force a person in a relationship, friendship, companionship, peer. You gotta be you. You know what I'm saying? Now with that, there comes a lot of responsibility because you can't be no ass and then say I'm just gonna be me. But then there's a reason why people don't mess with you. But be the best you can be. And that's all you can be. Be all you can be at the top. That's all I'm saying.
I agree. That's it. Each one should teach one.
Yeah. And it starts at home. Man, so what you got going on tonight, man? Is the show going on tonight?
Yes, absolutely. It's the D Bling Radio Show. Y'all don't miss it tonight, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Replay from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Remember, anybody out there that has music that needs to be played, send it to me to sky.black@gmail.com. That is sky.black@gmail.com. So everybody tune in tonight. Let's have a good time. And give a shout out to Mike Cobb and the No Limit family, Levi, and everybody out there in Chicago, Angela Kennedy, AK, and Miranda. Shout out to her too. Thanks to everybody who's watching on Instagram and everything else. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us for these hour and a half, 2 hours on Tuesdays. But we want to make Tuesday the best day of the week. We want y'all to be able to like, the Nashville Caveman is coming on. I got to watch, whether you're at work or on break or at home. Tune in every Tuesday and comment and let us know what you think. And like you said, it's free to like, share, and subscribe.
Man, I just want to thank y'all for being here. Shout out to my people on Bigo that came through, man, dropping gifts, coming through, just either interacting in the comments, tapping the screen. I appreciate it. We do this every Tuesday, like he said. So thank you guys for being here. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. I just want to leave with this. The only thing guaranteed in life is death. So only worry about the things you can control. Do not over worry about the things you can't. And as long as you woke up on this half of the dirt, you have won for the day, because there's a lot of people that didn't. Wake up today, and there's not a lot of people that's not going to be able to finish out the day. So if you're able to do such, you've won and you're blessed. Man, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for being with us. We love y'all, and we are out until next Tuesday. Peace.